In 2002, Disney released Lilo and Stitch, a commercial and critical success. With its Hawaiian setting, hand-painted watercolor backgrounds, and a blue alien who destroys everything in sight, it became one of the most beloved entries of the early 2000s Disney era. But hiding beneath its warm surf rock soundtrack and heartfelt themes is a scene that almost made it to theaters and would have changed the film's tone entirely. The original climax involved a hijacked Boeing 747 roaring through the streets of Honolulu. It was loud, chaotic, funny, and completely scrapped at the last minute. Why? Because of a real-world tragedy that was reshaping the world and Hollywood along with it. This is the story of Lilo and Stitch's altered ending, why Disney changed it, and how the animators rebuilt one of the movie's most important scenes just months before its release. The original version of Lilo and Stitch featured a far more intense finale. As written, storyboarded, and animated, the plot saw Stitch, Nani, Jumba, and Pleakley hijack a grounded Boeing 747 from a Hawaiian airport in order to chase down Captain Gantu and rescue Lilo. What followed was a mid-air chase scene through downtown Honolulu. The plane weaved between buildings, below overpasses, narrowly avoiding pedestrians, laundry lines, and city buses. Leaked animations showed the plane banking sharply between skyscrapers. It was zany, high stakes, and pushed Disney animation into action movie territory. The team had already completed background layouts, 3D modelling of the plane, and much of the animation was underway. This wasn't just a rough concept, it was nearly finished. Then, September 11th happened. After the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, depictions of planes, particularly hijackings and urban crashes, became highly sensitive. The entertainment industry reacted fast. Entire films were delayed, reshot, or outright shelved. In one famous example, Sony immediately pulled a teaser trailer for the huge upcoming summer blockbuster Spider-Man, as it featured a helicopter caught between the Twin Towers. For Disney, having a hijacked 747 fly between buildings, even in cartoon, suddenly didn't seem like fun anymore. Lilo and Stitch wasn't just a summer animated movie now, it risked becoming unintentionally traumatic and facing a huge public backlash. With only months left before the release, the decision was made. The scene had to be replaced. Not edited, not softened, replaced.
The movie Lilo and Stitch had a big sequence that was coming out in 6 months. It had a big sequence where Stitch was piloting a plane down canyons of skyscrapers with near misses. They had to change all that. In the finished film you see today, it's not a spaceship. It isn't a jetliner. It used to be a jetliner, and it's not skyscrapers. It's canyons. It's natural phenomenon. That all had to get reinvented very much at the last minute.
The team at Walt Disney Feature Animations had to act fast. Rather than start from scratch, they reimagined the scene around a spaceship chase, borrowing heavily from the existing plane animations to preserve timing and layout. The hijacked 747 became an alien ship. Instead of zipping between city buildings, it now dove through Hawaii's volcanic canyons, cliffs, and dense jungle. Brian Jeffcoat, the film's model development supervisor, redesigned the plane so that the ship's shape retained elements of the 747, including its large engines and fuselage, allowing existing animation to be retrofitted and repurposed to the new design. The team managed to make the changes without exceeding the film's pre-existing budget. In fact, despite these changes, they managed to add a short animated epilogue montage to the film with its remaining budget. Backgrounds were repainted, the scenes were relit, and the tone shifted slightly. Less grounded, more sci-fi. But what's most impressive is how smoothly the final version plays. Unless you knew the airplane sequence had pre-existed, you'd never guess that something was missing. Watching the segments of the original cut that have made their way online, it is immediately clear why the decision was made to change the sequence. It's funny, yes, but the visuals of a hijacked 747 spiraling through a city skyline would have felt uncomfortably close to home in a post-9/11 world just 9 months after the event. Still, it's a fascinating piece of what could have been. A glimpse at a film that almost was. Lilo and Stitch is now fondly remembered for its humour, emotion, and deep sense of empathy. But it's also a testament to how storytelling adapts. Filmmakers made a bold decision late in production because they gave consideration to their audience over their own work. In doing so, they didn't just avoid controversy, they helped preserve the timelessness of the film. The original sequence will always be a curiosity, but the final version, that's what made Lilo and Stitch a classic. Sometimes the best edits are the ones that no one notices.